So we are live.
Okay.
Hello, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Wait. It just went. I mean, the signals just went out. Hello. Can you hear me well?
Okay. Yeah, yes, good.
We have to start the chat. Let's start. So we are live. So hello.
Hello, yeah.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm going to good too. So, assalamu alaikum to all the today. We have a very humble, sweet. I might say this words to the person who is with us today, Mr. Kessel. I am so glad to have you. Thank you for taking out the time. Mr. Kessler is an international speaker of Happiness and Peace Foundation, and he's promoting more than 11,000 and across the global youth to promote about how to sustain their own lives, and which is very important for today's life because a person can do multiple things, but it's important for us to have the sustainability in our life to other people. So with this, we have to start our session. So, what would you like to say about the session today?
So, basically, to start with, Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How many people we have today with us?
I need to see the participant list. Uh, uh,
Okay, well, it's fine then. No worries. So, I
I'll,
think, do you think that we should start
there's an
now? I
internet
mean,
problem that is. I am.
considering the number of participants,
I
should
can
we
see the
start now?
live chat. I'll let you know in a while with the participants list. But we can start with the topic.
Okay,
I
it's
hope
fine.
that the people will be joining us in a while.
The set. Hello.
Yeah, I think the connections are
Okay,
not.
sorry. Probably in the middle there. Yeah. No problem. I think it's fine now.
Yeah, I hope so
So,
too.
basically, the session will be for like 15-20 minutes. It will be a short session, and then we'll take questions for 10 minutes, and then we're done with it. Maybe 10-15 minutes more. And the session will be on English, but I can understand Urdu and Hindi, so not a problem.
That's great.
So I'll share a few ideas. So today I'll share a few ideas to keep us to review a few of our agreements during this isolation or quarantine time. So number one is that the first idea for today, if we are not happy where we are right now, we cannot ever be happy even after reaching where we want to go. If I give you an example, like whoever are, I mean, listening me, we have got eyes, we have got ears, we can speak, we can hear, we've got legs and hands. So today, if I ask any one of you that I've got someone who is here to buy one of your eye. So what's the currency of Pakistan? Is it rupee? Pakistani rupee?
Rupee, yeah, rupee.
Rupee, right? Rupee.
Yes.
So if I ask that, if I want to take one of your eyes for someone, how much rupee will you be ready to pay for it? If I tell you that 50 lakhs rupees, 1 crore rupees, 5 crore, I'm sure none of us will do that. So whatever we have today, the thing is that whatever we have today, there is a price, right? If you see the carton behind me, there is a price tag for that. Once you go any shopping mall to buy anything, there is always a price tag.
Yes.
So today we have a lot of things like eyes, legs, hands, and all this. Can we put a price tag on that? Can you put a price tag on our one eye? Can I put a price tag on my one hand? No. So today we have so many things that we cannot put a price tag to. Still, if we are unhappy, if we are depressed, still if we are upset, if we are not really satisfied about our life, then if I want to be the CEO of Google, if I want to be the maybe the richest man in Pakistan, richest man in Bangladesh, maybe richest man in the world, still I can never be happy because I don't have the habit of happiness. This is number one. And I want to add one more thing. If we look back, if we look past, maybe I'm not sure how old are you, I mean, whoever watching us today, I'm not sure, but still, definitely, I'm sure that we have crossed like school, college, and some part of that. Sorry, I missed her, I guess. No problem. I think I can continue if I'm still in life. So today, if we look back, we can see that all the time in our life, we have added condition to happiness. Maybe once we were in school, early in the childhood, we thought that, okay, whenever my father, my parents will buy me this that toy or buy me that stuff, no problem. I was continuing. No worries. Hira,
Yeah. Signal problem.
probably some. Okay.
Yeah.
No, no worries, no worries. I was on. No worries. So always we had put condition to our happiness from our past. If we look back in our past, maybe once we were a child, we wanted something from our parents, maybe a toy or maybe a school bag, maybe a bicycle. Whenever our parents gave it to us, then we were happy. Then again, and we thought that once we will pass the college, we'll be happy. Then next it goes on actually. Whenever we'll have a vacation, we'll be happy. Whenever we'll have a good grade, we'll be happy, and it goes on. So thing is that if we look back, whenever actually we actually put any condition to happiness. When the moment we achieved it, happiness gone. And I also mentioned one thing with example. If we are not happy where we are right now, we can't be happy where we want to be. There is a very powerful example and research has been done in the field of happiness. What to say is that two person, their level of happiness is almost close. So today, one person gets a lottery, maybe 1 crore rupee, 5 crore rupee lottery. So his level of happiness goes up. And another person on the same day, he just made an accident, road accident, and lost his one leg. And his level of happiness goes down. After 1 year, again it comes back to the same position. So what we can do, we can probably, what you want, we want a big jump, we want a big salary rise. Maybe from tomorrow morning, if I love to do gym, what we try to do, maybe tomorrow morning I want to have all six pack and all this. Then what? So the idea is that maybe we add very small thing to make us happy. Small growth, gradual slow growth that makes us happy rather than a big growth, big jump. So number one idea, I want to repeat it again. If we're not happy where we are right now, we can never be happy even after reaching where we want to be. This was number one. So do the audience agree with us on the first idea? Maybe they can write some comments.
Yeah, I am looking for that.
Amir Sheikh, walaikum salam. So maybe we'll move to the next idea then.
Yes.
Okay. So another thing, the agreements we have, inner agreements we have with us regarding forgiving. We don't want to forgive people. We keep long pending grudge with us for a long time. So what
Yeah.
happens once we don't forgive people? It's not them actually who suffers. It's us who suffer because we are not forgiving. We are forgiving him not because he or she deserves. We are forgiving him or her because I need to get freedom. Because whenever we keep this long pending past with us, it holds us. So we forgive people to be free, to get free, to let us free from that past suffering. And another thing from forgiving point of view, every time we do a mistake, we go to people, approach people, and we say that sorry. But actually, sorry doesn't work if we don't make a change in our behavior. So the best way of cure of any guilt is change behavior. How many times it happened in our life that we have been thinking about our past, something from our past has been holding us. So the thing is that the only cure of guilt is change behavior. So that was number two. And number three is that regarding our passion and purpose, I'd like to ask you four questions. Whoever listening us, Hira, do you know that, I
There
mean,
is a
what's the
question.
purpose of your life? There's a question.
There is a one question. I'll get you. So yeah, Amishek is asking a question that what so it's not showing in my yeah. So there was one of the question that is asked by Amishek that what about the satisfaction that comes with or without happiness? Nice.
Without satisfaction, without happiness.
Yeah, I'll repeat it again if you want me to, because it's not showing in this
Yeah,
list,
sure.
but I have to see it
Yeah,
from the
sure.
other one. Yeah. So the question is the the difference in the result. What matters more? The sim-
Sure.
Why does all questions are not showing? What about the satisfaction that comes with or without happiness?
Actually, satisfaction and happiness are very
Yeah.
closely related. So if you're not happy, then probably you can't be satisfied. Or if you are satisfied, then you will be happy. If you are happy, you will be satisfied. Both are actually interrelated. So the basic here, are you listening me?
Yeah, yeah, I'm listening you. There's some internet issues that I'm facing right now. That's what I'm looking for.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. So shall we go on? Shall some more
You go.
questions?
You must go on. There are people. There are participants that are listening to you. I'll just figure out the questions that I can't see here.
Okay. So another thing I was trying to say is that regarding the purpose of our life, purpose and the calling of our life. So in this quarantine time, I think it's a isolation time. It's very important to figure out what is our purpose, and I think it's the perfect time for that. And sometimes what happen, like there is two things. I always ask people this very important question. One is, do you like the outcome or the work itself? Sometimes what happen, we tell to others that we love that work. We want to do that because we love that work. But actually, the truth is, we only love the outcome. And sometimes we even lie to ourselves. We even lie to ourselves, and we choose a career and we falter. So, what's more important to know and to tell truth to yourself or myself? Do I love that profession? I mean, work of that profession, or I love the outcome from that work? Outcome is mean like your salary, good salary, your status, social status, your recognition, your power, and all this. Because anytime, if we're attached with the outcome, in our life, every time it doesn't go like that, like a line, straight line. There will be ups and downs. So if we're attached with the outcome, or if we're attached with that success, if we fall down, it's very difficult to get up. But if we're attached with the work, if we really have that attachment with that work and we keep loving the work, if we fall down, even sometimes if there is any situation, hardship in our life, still we can get up. So this is very one of the important things we can review during our quarantine time, because from the childhood, like I was in military, what happens during the interview before joining, I mean, there is a lot of interviews. So what we used to tell them, what the coaching centers used to teach us, that okay, why you want to join in military? Because I want to serve my country.
Why?
So definitely not everyone is telling this truth. So because maybe I want power, I want recognition, I want social status, I want good salary. But what's important to know is that, do I love that work? Even once I talk to our senior brothers, senior sisters, maybe if someone wants to be a doctor, someone wants to be a teacher, someone wants to be whatever, a player, whatever. So our focus is on recognition part, outcome part. We ask that, okay, my dear sister, my dear brother, maybe my dear sir, my dear madam, tell me that how much the salary, what's the benefit? Only the benefit part. Our focus is there. But the job itself we have to love. If I talk about the police, I'm sure there is uh, civil service in Pakistan as well, like Bangladesh. So if someone wants to be a police officer, and if we only like the uniform, like the power, recognition, status, all this of police, then it's very difficult, because policing is a very difficult job. Kind of 24 into 7, you have to be on phone. There will be some issues. You need to go, you need to remain instant to 24 into 7. So that's very important to discover and to review and to tell the truth to yourself in this quarantine time. Do you love the work of the profession or you love the only outcome? Otherwise, I think this will be very difficult. And sometimes once you choose a career, after 1 to 3 years, maybe once you get married, there is a family pressure. We got child and all this. We cannot leave it. So we get stuck to something we don't actually love the work, and outcome doesn't come every time, right? Once you land into the job, you see a different picture. Maybe sometimes people tell you, okay, you are in police and all this, you are in army, you are in doctor and all this, but not every time people will appreciate you. So it's very important to love the work you want to do. It's very important to love the work you want to do.
But then I have one question to ask you. That even
Yeah, sure.
But then even though we have the work that we love to do, at the same time when we all are quarantined, where to find that gig to do something really productive and make our day possibly successful? That because we are just at one place from morning till night and doing day every day now right now. And it doesn't feel
Sorry,
like
yeah.
the aura is giving us that.
It's fine. I was out. Network problem. Hello,
I'll
Hira.
repeat the question.
Would you please repeat
Should I
again
repeat the
because
question?
there was some network problem. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
no
yeah.
problem. Yeah, I'll repeat the question. I mean, I wanted to know when you said about the career we have to choose and that. You're listening me, right?
Yeah. Now it's clear. Now it's clear. Tell me. You want to know?
Can you listen to me?
Yeah. Now I can hear you well. You want to know? Hello. I think she's not here. Hello. Hello, Hira. Oh, she's gone then. So let's wait till the time he comes and I mean she comes. But if, meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can definitely ask. I'd love to answer. I'm not even sure that whether I'm in live or not. But still, if I'm on live, if you have any question, please ask. It's almost 20 minutes. Maybe we'll continue the session for another 10 minutes.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm
So,
sorry,
network
very bad.
problem.
Yeah, I think.
Oh, there are many questions I see.
Yeah, the different results. So I have asked one. Are you applying to that one?
Which one? What's the question?
So I asked you the question that when you told us about we have to choose a right path of a career where we must be happy about it, but in this isolation time, I don't know how to find the gig to do something really productive when we are just in a one place and day by day we are just at the same place. I don't find the aura. What do you think about?
So what I believe is that like one thing I really take from her, that is how long I will survive. And I'm sure the most of the people listening are, I mean, Muslims. So I'm sure that how long I will live or you will live, that has already been decided. So I don't really get bothered much about the death and coronavirus and all this. So what is more important, like, see, there are some issues. Two things is very important. Number one is our relationship with Allah. And if there is anyone coming from different background, then definitely your relationship with your God, with your Lord. So normally what happens, we don't really think much on that. Even we're not really bothered about relationship with our family, with our friends and all this. So I think this isolation time is a good time to review the condition, the present condition of our relationship with Allah, number one. And number two is that our relationship with our family members and closed one. Sometimes it happens, like I was a teenager as well, like you, and still I'm not much older. So sometimes we pass so much time with our friends, we actually forget about our families. And if I talk about the girls, the ladies, what happens, like, maybe not even for the girls, for many people, like once we get married, like, you see, I mean, I'm just explaining our lifespan. In our school, college, and in university, we remain busy with our friends. And at certain point, once you have an affair or something like that, we are into a different relationship. Then once you get married and focus on your wife or husband, once you have children, then it's a different picture altogether. So in our life, actually, we don't have much time for our parents. So I'm not sure how many of you, I mean, I'm sure the most of the people who are listening us today, we have our parents alive, many of us. And if anyone is not alive with us, I mean, auntie or uncle, inshallah, Allah will keep them in safe place, better place. So this isolation time is the best time to give time to your family, especially to your parents. So if you ask me, these two is very important. One is relationship with Allah, and we need to improve that, because many of us are not actually there. Because today, if you ask me, like, there are a lot many people, I hear a lot of things that meditation is the number one. I mean, prayer is the number one meditation. But once we pray, our focus is on somewhere else. We think of lot many things, so many things. So that concentration is not there, and so many other stuffs. So number one is improving the relationship with Allah, and number two is that improving the relationship with your parents. And then I told you one more thing, then reviewing your goal, like maybe reviewing your career goal and all this, I mentioned in number 3 point. Another thing is very important. Sometimes you see in our life, we move so fast and all these things, so we don't really remember clearly. We don't have time to sit and think. So we can sit and think, make a list of the people to whom we are grateful to. That's very important. You see, if you just close your eyes, you can see there are so many people, but we don't have time to think and just write the names and all this. Maybe we can write a heartfelt, thankful letter to few people like that. Maybe make a phone call and to express our gratitude. We can list the name of the people with whom we should offer a genuine apology. It's not that just making a phone call and saying sorry, just a genuine apology. Sometimes, there is a confusion. Like, Hira, today, if I have a conflict with you, maybe your fault is 90% or even 95%. Or maybe you have done something first, then I did something, initially you did something wrong to me, then I did something wrong to you. So what we think, no, Hira did it first, so she should come and tell me sorry. I think that, no, what I did is only 5%, what she did 95%. So it's not that I had some share on that mistake, so I should go first and say sorry. And as this is the month of Ramadan, one thing I believe, Hira, like, today, if I have hurt you today, and if you don't forgive me, then in the day of judgment, that will be disaster for me. And if you have done something, I have not forgiven you, then Allah will not be that happy with me. So if I forgive you today for whatever deed you have done, whatever mistake you did, then Allah will remove my sins from the list, and Allah will add some good deed to that. So I think that spiritual thing is very important.
That's such a
So
nice
few
thought
things
you shared. I
and also Hira, how many people we have today now? How many people are?
there are 12 and above right now watching. So they are
Okay.
like coming and going and
So
coming
we
and
are here
going, and
for
they're
30
like a
minutes.
watch
Maybe I'll
party
share
so
one
far.
more item.
Yeah,
So I'll be sharing one more ideas. Then we'll move to I think the question and answer. Then we'll close it for today, inshallah.
sure, sure.
So one of the other thing that we can do during isolation. Sometimes what happens, like we are really we are used to think here. We are not used to think on paper. We don't write things. We don't plan on paper. So during this isolation time, we can sit down, we can think of the problems we have in our life, and if we write it down, we'll find that there are many problems. Those are from our past, and there are many problems. Those are from our futures. I mean, many of our problems. If we have maybe 10 problem, if we have 20 problems, you will find that 70-80% problems are from your past or future. So we need to write it down. This is number one. And number two is that I always tell people one thing. You see, our problems, if our problems are from past and from future, so it doesn't have any existence. It has only existence on our head, inside our head. It has got existence. So if we have any problem inside our head, so we need to find imaginary solution. We need to give imaginary solution to that problem. So if I write down, okay, this is my problem, maybe I think of that, so I need to find a imaginary solution of that. So imaginary problem should have imaginary solution. This is number two. And number three is that, say, how many times in your life here, I'm asking you, you 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 experience that probably you are going late in any class, maybe in anywhere. Actually, the problem was like this, but we blown it up. We made it like that. What will happen if I miss the train? What will happen if I miss the class? What will happen if I do that? But actually, later on, it didn't. I mean, it didn't matter much. We actually blow up the problems.
Yeah, it happens
And one
very
of the
often with me. It do
very
happen
often,
often with
right?
me.
Not actually with you. It happens to many of the people, and we actually blow up things. And one of the thing is that few days back I was also worried about something. Then I asked myself, will it matter after 1 year? Then I see no, actually not even after 1 year. After 1 month it doesn't matter. I mean, this situation won't matter. So writing down those problem, and you will see, maybe if we have, just for example, if we have 50 thoughts in a day, there are 5 thoughts. Those are coming repeatedly again and again, again and again. So you can write down those thoughts. And there is a pain moment of a thought. So we need to write down that thoughts, and accordingly we need to find solution of that. Now we can probably phone at all.
Yeah, I know this. I can't do anything. I'm just
Hello.
finger crossed. Yeah, you can hear me? You can hear me?
Hello.
You can hear me?
Sorry, I think network problem today. Yeah, I can hear. It's fine. So is there any question? Probably we can answer some of the questions.
Yeah, we do have questions. I mean,
Hello. Hello,
hello.
Hira.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm listening. I'm listening.
We have a couple of questions, but about the session,
Yeah.
and it was Amir that asked about the satisfaction that comes with or without happiness, and then there was a question about the difference in result. What matters more than just a simple apology? So it's a nice one.
Yeah, yeah. True. 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 Definitely. Any other questions we have?
Uh, right now, I'm just other side of the page to see if we have other questions. So we have a huge list of participants that is watching us, but no, not that much. No, no, I don't find any question right now. Not in the Facebook chat, not here. You're hearing me, right? I'm so sad about the Facebook.
No, no, I think it's fine because from my side there were some issues as well. It's not that only from your side, from my side as well.
Yeah, I don't know why it's happening, but yeah, it is happening. There's no point.
Hira,
Yeah.
do you have any questions? Hello.
Hello. Yeah, you can hear me. I guess that there's internet
Yeah,
problem.
Hira. Do you have any questions?
We don't have as much questions. All the questions are within the session you have answered, and other are the comments about the session and something
Okay.
like.
From your side, is there any questions?
So yeah, one thing that I just got. I don't know why the people are not committing. I can't show the comment section here. I don't know why, but there's a question that is that how to overcome the negative thought that we come through in this isolation. So I think that's something you already shared with us.
Yeah, I think what I want to tell you is that this is a very actually big topic. But to cut it short, the way I want to explain to you, Hira, like today, there are actually five senses. I'll go very fast. One
Okay.
is Now, if I tell you, I mean, if I just use one word, Hira, what's your favorite animal?
Favorite animals? Uh-huh. I think I like the
Yeah,
birds only. So I'm a person who likes birds.
birds. So which bird? Okay.
I don't mind
Okay.
having a cat.
So, okay, cat. Fine. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
my
if
mom
I
is an
if I
asthmatic, so we don't
utter
have
a
one. But
word, bird or cat. Okay, okay. So if I now utter a word, either bird or cat, can you see
I can't
something?
hear you. What did you
Could
say?
you could you? Okay. Is it okay now? Is it loud and
Yeah,
clear?
yeah, yeah. It is okay.
So if I now utter a word, either bird or cat. Okay, let's say it bird. So can you see any bird? Not here in your,
No, no, no. I can't. It's
no,
night
like if
here,
I
right?
just the moment I uttered the word bird,
Yeah.
the moment I uttered the word bird, can
Yeah.
you see the bird? Right? You can see.
Just in my mind.
Yes, yes, in your mind. So now if I ask you that, what's the color of the bird that you saw in your mind?
Gray.
Gray. And if I ask the same question to somebody else, he or she will answer maybe red, green, or white, whatever. So our mind actually, you see, I only utter one word, and four people, five people saw different things. And if I ask you the size of the bird, maybe you can tell that okay, this much. Somebody will that no, this much. Somebody, so there is difference of thought. Now, if I, so that was the your picture part. That was the your video part. Another one is audio. If I ask you to, you are here, you are talking to me, but can you think of a person whose voice probably, or maybe a singer or a person, whatever, you don't like whose voice? Maybe you get really annoyed once you hear his or her voice. Is there any person like that?
Uh,
You get very annoyed. Maybe it
I
might be
really
your
wanted to remind
classmates,
myself
friends,
a lot.
whatever.
Yeah, there must be someone. It's just like I'm. It's been so long in quarantine that I think I forget all my classmates.
Yeah. So now
You
if you
know,
think
someone
think of a
I don't
singer.
like. I like someone who
Yeah.
have good voice, but I don't remember someone with bad voice.
No, no, not that. Probably you don't, you feel bothered, you feel annoyed once you hear their voice. It might be any singer as well. Now, if I ask you to just think of a singer, do you like listening songs?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Now, or maybe it could be song, it could be voice of a person that you probably appreciate, you like. It may be your parents, it may be your friends or anyone. So you are sitting here, but still you can think that. Now, if I ask you to probably,
true.
what's your, if I ask you to like, I'll go very fast. Like you know, like there are some insect in Africa. People take different insect. Now, if I ask you to think that you are sitting and in front of you in a plate, there are some snack soup, snakes.
Yeah. Why are you testing everything inside with me? I mean, I feel afraid, really afraid about this. To have a
No,
snake.
that I'm saying, if it is snakes, and there are people who actually like eating snake.
Yeah,
There are people. Now you can test that. You are not testing that, but just that feeling. If you have that feeling, you don't feel good. You don't feel good. Now, if you can think of a food that you probably like most, then you feel good.
yeah,
Same, I think you can think of a washroom not very cleaned. Maybe you use that washroom and you go and you see not very clean. they smell, you don't feel good, right? Now think of a probably fragrance, maybe the perfume you use, maybe the perfume you like, maybe the fragrance of a flower. You can think and you can feel that. So same way, if I now ask you to think of a person whom you don't like, maybe a person who really hurt you, maybe a person who did not support your family, maybe a person who is jealous of you, your family, do you feel good? Do you feel good? No, you don't feel good.
No.
But now think of a person who were very caring for your family, who were very caring for you, who were always used to be happy if there is any good news from your side, who always been very supportive, very kind to you. How do you feel? You feel good, right? So thing is that there is a pleasure in pain. There is a pleasure in saying that, oh, I'm pissed off, I'm not happy, I have a lot of stress in my life. There is a pleasure on that. So if we can remain aware of our thoughts, we can change one negative thought into one positive thoughts.
Yes.
Like Hira, if I ask you one thing, like today, if in my life I have got 5 problems, maybe 3 problems, and I'm really worried of, I'm really pissed off of that, and these 3 problems seem so big to me, just because I don't write down the things I am really grateful for. We don't write those things. Maybe if today my parents are still, alive, and all on a sudden I've got a problem with my job or whatever, and this problem seems so big to me, and all on a sudden my father got a heart attack, or maybe my mother passes away. So you see the entire problem shift to another issue. So I think once, if we can remain more aware, and if we can really start learning to be more grateful whatever we have. Thing is, we don't write down, actually, we don't really write down, we think here. So mind does remember. I was reading a book, what it says is that in each and every day, if we have 10 incident, 5 neutral, 4 positive, 4 good, and 1 bad, our mind only remember the bad one. So
That's true.
I don't think, you see, Hira, I don't think that depression, negative thoughts, these are the creation of us. These are the creation of our media. These are the creation of this social media. These are the creation of technology. Think of these words, stress, 30 years back. There was nothing like that.
True.
If we can ask a rickshaw puller, maybe he has a better philosophy than us in about life. I think what it needs to take, maybe sit down and think of the issues and maybe have better control of our thoughts.
That's what I agree with
And
you.
if I can think something negative, I can also think something positive. Thing is that, Hira, I always tell one thing to my I mean, fellow brothers and sisters, especially to brothers. I mean, definitely for sisters also, if you make it vice versa. So today, you see, Hira, if I am today in love with a girl, and she leaves me after maybe 1 year. So thing is that what happens, I used to tell that, okay, that girl is the most beautiful girl in the world. But is it true? It's not. She is like what she is. Had she been the most beautiful girl in the world, then people from Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, USA, Canada, I mean, all sides should have come and made a
Across
queue
the
in,
globe.
right, made a queue, I mean, after her. It's not the case. She was like she was. Rather, my perspective, I made him the most beautiful. So if I made him most beautiful 1 year back, today if she leaves me, maybe in my critical time, during exam time, or whenever I need her most, I can make her the most ugliest girl in the world, because I am the producer. I made him most beautiful, I can made him most ugliest.
So I always tell one thing: we have more control on us than what we think. So sorry, I'm sorry. I think this is an interesting topic, but I think we can keep on talking, but maybe some other day,
Yeah.
inshallah.
Yeah, there's a couple of questions that comes with the same idea and the session that one of the girl asked me that about the how can you survive through the isolation time. So people are participating in the session, but mix and match their possibilities are there. But I think
Sorry, I think I was not listening very well. So, yeah,
yeah, I think
tell
now
me
let's
again.
wrap the session on the note that it was a wonderful, productive session, and I really, really like how people enjoy it. And I am still having the comments, but I think we need to wrap it up.
No, I'm very sorry. Actually, I'm not really very used to in coming into live.
What is the right thing
So,
to do in this isolation?
right
So
thing,
I think I don't know. I don't know how many things are how many comments I'm following up or not because it's been a watch party with my Facebook account. But with this, I think
okay.
I'm so thankful of you for being here and sharing such good positive thoughts. And it was such a nice gesture of you to invest a time to all of us and all the youth who is listening to you and the audience in Pakistan and across the globe. And um, fun to have such positive thoughts. And I think I can boost up my energy, and other people who listen to you must boost up their energy. With this, I hope to see you sometime soon again with a good session. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Hira.
Bye
Take care. Bye.
bye.
Bye. Assalamu alaikum.